Well, hello everyone. We're finally here. It's the day of the Oscars. They're later tonight. Over here, it's afternoon. I'm sure for a lot of people watching right now, it's just the morning. You barely woke up, but we're here. We're live. I'm about to put my final predictions into paper, into history. I'm about to cement them down. That's the point of all of this. I say we wait around 5 minutes, let more people come into this. But today I'm not going to be talking about every single category. There are a few categories I haven't seen most of the nominees, like Best Live Action Short. I have seen one of them. I really want to see The Letter Room with Oscar Isaac, but I have no access to that. But I saw Two Distant Strangers, and it's very, very good. Animated short film, I have seen Burrow. I have seen If Anything Happens, I Love You. That's it, really. Documentary short, I have seen zero. Documentary feature, I have seen zero. Best international feature film, I'll talk about that one a little bit only because I love Another Round so much, but I have not seen any of the other nominees. But that's pretty much it. So we won't talk about, or at least talk about too much. If you guys want to talk about it, if you've seen them all, let me know your thoughts on the live chat. But I personally won't be diving too much into best documentary, either short or feature. I won't be diving in live action or animated short. And yeah, that's those are the only ones I won't dive too much into. But again, we'll talk a little bit about best international feature film only because I have seen Another Round and love it so much. But my predictions slash my who I want to win, I guess I don't I can't comment too much on why Another Round should win over any of the other ones because I have not seen any of the other ones. So hello to General Kenobi's art, hello to Homer Simpson, hello to Stuart Keating. You know my best picture prediction, Stuart, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it in due time. So around another 3 minutes and we'll get started. I hope you guys are all well. Thank you everyone who's joining me right now for joining me right now. And don't forget, your opinion, your prediction is just as important as mine. So as I go down the list, I want you guys to throw in your guesses, the whys, the who you want to win, who do you think will win, who do you think should win, and we'll start with best visual effects. That's according to Wikipedia, the first category down here. Then we go into best film editing, best costume, best makeup, best cinematography, best production design, best sound, best original song, best original score. Then we skip over the live action shorts, live action animated, and documentaries. We go to best feature, best international feature, best animated feature, best adapted screenplay, best original screenplay, best supporting actress, best supporting actor, best actress, best actor, and finally best director, and at long last, best picture. I don't know why I felt to say that one, but anyway, let's just get started. Enough of you guys are here again. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you want to guarantee that your question is answered, make sure you consider donating to the channel, whether through super chat or if you want to guarantee your donation comes entirely to me and not to Google /YouTube/ any other third parties. Consider going to the tip link in the description. But anyway, let's get started. So the nominees for best visual effects are Love and Monsters, The Midnight Sky, Mulan, The One and Only Ivan, and Tenet. This is the category, guys. This is the category where we can tell it was a weird year because I couldn't see Love and Monsters being nominated on a normal year. I don't see One and Only Ivan being nominated on a normal year. Even Mulan is kind of a stretch, and I think it deserves to be there, even though I didn't like the movie. But to me, this is Tenet's. This Tenet's to lose for sure. I think the visual effects are on an entirely other level compared to the others. Midnight Sky is a damn good visual effects, but still. Stuart Keating asks, is best visual effects based on how cool it looks, how realistic it looks? If that question makes sense. It makes sense. It's several things. I live with a visual effects artist, so he knows a little bit about the stuff. So it is in part how realistic it looks, how seamless it is, how it also goes into the science of it. The people who work in the visual effects and like what they worked on, how they accomplished the visual effects, what they study in terms of physics and how it interacts with the world, um, and and they send, like, if they develop new software to accomplish a visual effect, they send it to the Academy, for because it's the Academy of Motion Pictures and Science, so they have the edge there. And so I think not I think it is a lot of things that go into it. But yeah, it's very complex on how you decide, on how you even get nominated. But yeah, that's my best possible explanation of that. Stuart Keating also asks, that was Tenet's only nomination, right? I believe it is. Maybe it has production design. I'm not sure. It has best production design, exactly. It has one more nomination. It should have had better best sound and best score, because Ludwig Göransson's score is the best score of the year. I'm sorry, but it is, Academy. You failed on this one. So to me, this is Tenet. If I was to predict a dark horse, I would probably go Midnight Sky. I just see it as these are the only two movies that the Academy is legit looking at. Which one do we choose? But I hope they pick Tenet. Let's go to Best Film Editing. And all these nominees have fantastic editing. Two of them specifically I talk about in my individual reviews for them. They are on the channel, so you can just search for it. Go to my channel. There's a little, oh, what's that called? Glass eye for you to search for reviews for these movies. You'll find them. The nominees for Best Film Editing are The Father, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, The Sound of Metal, not The Sound of Metal, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7. This is tough for me. I legit see the Academy go one of two possible ways. I think this is going to seriously be between The Father and The Trial of the Chicago 7. Those, to me, are the two best edited films of the year. I think because The Father has so little leeway is going to take it home. Because The Father is that film this year that, look, you put one more frame or one less frame between those cuts that are in the film, and the film kind of loses its punch. Trial of the Chicago 7 is also on point, very precise. But it's been a while since I watched it the second time, but it's been a while, but it has a little bit more leeway. Nothing would particularly be ruined if a shot lasted a little longer or a little less than it did. So to me, this is definitely going for The Father, which is an amazing movie if you guys haven't seen it yet. Sound of Metal would be my dark horse, honestly. If I am to pick something that the Academy will probably look at and say, we're going to pick this one, and it would shock the world, is Sound of Metal. Also, very good editing, obviously. But it's the one I'm looking at, and it's not impossible for the Academy to go that way, which I hope it doesn't, but I see a world where it might happen. That's just me. All right, so Best Visual Effects, Tenet. Best Film Editing, The Father. Let's go to Best Costume Design, and nominees are Emma, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Mulan, and Pinocchio. Granted, I haven't seen Pinocchio. I have talked with a friend of mine who has seen Pinocchio. He says it's an atrocious film, but the costume design is very impressive, as well as the makeup and hairstyling, which Pinocchio is also nominated for. All right. Before we move on, this is a good question. Does Best Editing and Best Director go hand in hand? Not necessarily, because what you have to do with a director is have every scene serve a purpose. The editing is having every cut between scenes, every transition have a purpose. And so they don't necessarily go hand in hand. So, but if you ask, does Best Editing and Best Picture go hand in hand? Yes, I believe Best Picture goes hand in hand with all the other nominations, because it's the best overall production that was put forth. That's why the producers get that prize at the end of the night. But in this, it's funny that you asked that question, because for Best Film Editing, Nomadland is nominated, and Chloe Zhao herself, the director, also edited the film herself, which I think is impressive. She did a phenomenal job, don't get me wrong. But it's funny that she would ask that, given that this year, which is rare to happen, we have a director who edited her own film, which, if you ask me, is also not very wise or healthy, but hey, she did a great job, so no complaints there. All right, let's go to Best Costume Design. The nominees are Emma, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Mulan, and Pinocchio. I see the Academy going two ways again. Emma has such great costume design, even though I didn't like the movie that much. I think this is going to Mank. Hollywood loves Hollywood. But Ma Rainey's Black Bottom has sensational costumes. It's also a period piece as well, which it helps. So is Emma, again. But this is tough. Again, it's two possible ways that the Academy can go. I strongly feel like they're going Mank. I strongly think it should go to Mank. But Ma Rainey's Black Bottom has a really good shot at taking it. Taking it home instead of Mank, that's for sure. Stuart Keating. Safe to say, the Best Picture nominees that there's not nominated for Best Editing won't win Best Picture. Good question. Let's check. So, The Father, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, Trial of the Chicago 7. And there they are. Judas and the Black Messiah. Promising. It's tough because, again, you have to look at all the nominations they have, because one of the Best Pictures nominated might not have Best Editing, but then they have, it didn't happen this year, but for instance, it has happened before. They have all the actors, and they have the screenplay, and they have production design, and they have cinematography. So even if they miss the editing, just because there were 5 movies that were better at that specific discipline than them, then you have all the other movies accomplishing great things in all the other categories. It might take it home. It would take too long for us to see if something, if anything like that has happened before. Or let me check Google real quick. Has a movie won Best Picture without being nominated for Best Editing? Let's see if it has happened. Academy Award for Best Editing, I guess. Let's check recent years, because it's easier. Parasite. Parasite was nominated for Best Editing. You know what? Oh, it was. Shape of Water was nominated for... What won the Best Picture in 2018, in the 91st? So Green Book won in 2018. It was nominated for Best Editing. Your point is being made, Stuart. Gotta say. Moonlight, unfortunately, was nominated for Best Editing. Moonlight should not have won the Oscar. You know what? Oh, here we go. 2015, the 88th Academy Awards. It was nominated. Mad Max won Best Editing, and it was nominated for Best Picture. Whiplash was also nominated for Best Picture, I guess. No? Oh, it was nominated. Didn't win, but it was nominated. Let's check Gravity, 2013. Gravity won for Best Editing, and it won Best... No, it didn't win Best Picture, but it won Best Director. Was it nominated for Best Picture? Nebraska, Her, Gravity. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta say, Stuart, your point is being made for you, my man. You were right. Argo won Best Picture, was it? And it also won Best Editing. So there you go. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I don't remember being nominated for Best Picture, but I might be very wrong. Sentence, Extremely Loud, The Help, Hugo, Midnight in Paris. Yeah, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo won Best Editing. It was not nominated for Best Picture. Wasn't even nominated for Best Picture. Social Network won that year. No, I don't want to see 2010 in film. Fuck off. King's Speech won Best Picture. Social Network was nominated, obviously. But the general rule, again, let's not go down all those years, but, you know, General rule, Birdman. Oh, here we go. Good call, Christian Knight. Thank you. So let's check again. Academy Award for Best Film Editing. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 2015. You're right. You're right. Birdman. It's here. Hang on. I'm going to share. I'm going to do a screen share right here. Let's go. Good call, Christian Knight. Shout out to you, sir. Here we go. Let me see if I can zoom it in a bit more. Here we go. 2015 at the 88th Academy Awards. The nominees for Best Editing were Mad Max, which won, Big Short, The Revenant, Spotlight, and Star Wars The Force Awakens. Birdman won. Birdman won that year. So yeah, that's for sure. So thank you. Thank you for the question, Stuart, first of all, and big shout out to Christian Knight for calling it. Let's just keep this open. And Christian Knight predicts Ma Rainey will win costumes. Just because I didn't know if Christian was here, I'm going to repeat myself when I said it. I'm predicting Mank. I think Ma Rainey has a really great shot. They're very even. I can see it going both ways. And you know what? I won't mind it whatsoever. All right. Stuart Keating predicts Mank. Luis Feliciano. If Chloe Zhao wins tonight, which she will, Nomadland is amazing, it is, could Marvel fast track the Eternals trailer? I wouldn't call it fast track, because if they plan on releasing a trailer should she win, they have that trailer ready. They're just waiting to put in the From Academy Award winner Chloe Zhao. So I wouldn't call it fast track, but if she wins, and honestly, even if she doesn't win, if she wins, I can very well expect an Eternals trailer dropping tomorrow, 1 week after Shang-Chi dropped its trailer, and I'll be there to react to it, guys. Oh, I cannot wait. All right, let's go to Best Makeup and Hairstyling. The nominees are Emma, Hillbilly Elegy, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Pinocchio, and that's it. I don't know why I said that as if something else was coming. This is a little bit tougher, and I'm actually going with Ma Rainey's Black Bottom on this one. So for makeup and hairstyling, I'm basically going the reverse. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling the reverse of costume. I feel that Mank, because it is black and white, it might lose a few points in the Academy's eyes for the makeup style. But Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, being in color, gets the edge over Mank. So while in Mank, I think it's going to that, but Ma Rainey has a really good shot, I think Best Makeup and Hairstyling goes to Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, but Mank has a really good shot and could steal it. Christian Knight is also predicting Ma Rainey. Luis Feliciano, is Eternal safe for November 5th? At the rate we're going right now, I would bet yes. Like, we don't know in these times. Things change like that. But yes, right now, you ask me today, tomorrow might be different, but today I feel it is. Stuart Keating says Pinocchio for the win. I know another meaning for FTW, but I know you didn't mean that. Did you see Pinocchio, Stuart? What did you think about it, if you've seen it? I can't comment on it, so again, it might be Pinocchio who wins, but I haven't seen it. All right, let's go into Best Cinematography, one of my favorite categories, one of my favorite disciplines of filmmaking. Best Cinematography, the nominees are Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, News of the World, Nomadland, and The Trial of the Chicago 7. I don't like excuse me. I don't like seeing News of the World here only because it's not that strong of a film. The cinematography and the score were the best parts of that movie, 100%. I still feel there are a few movies that could have made it in here ahead of News of the World. Tenet, Minari, I would put it over. The Father, I would put it over. But this to me is very easy. I'll be shocked. I'll be very shocked if Nomadland, Joshua James Richards is going to take this home. I'll be very shocked. Shout out to Christian Knight, reading my mind. Nomadland probably, will win, but Mank could maybe win. I was thinking that exact same thing. Mank is the movie that I think has a shot. Like, I don't see Trial of the Chicago 7, which looks great going over Nomadland. I don't see News of the World, which looks great going over Nomadland. Judas and the Black Messiah looks great. I don't see it going over Nomadland. I don't see Mank going over Nomadland, but it is the one that has the best shot at taking. Again, Hollywood loves Hollywood. That's the thing we can never count out. But the breathtaking visuals of Nomadland are out of this world. I think it should be Nomadland. I think it will be Nomadland. Not taking it as a sure thing, though. All right, Best Production Design. The nominees are The Father, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, News of the World, and Tenet. Now, there is a part of me that wants to see Tenet win, and I wouldn't mind that whatsoever, only because it has so few nominations, and I love that film. It was my number 2 movie of the year. And once again, it's a tough category. I want to see you guys sounding off, because I can see Mank taking it very easily, but I also can see The Father. I think those are the two that are racing towards that goal very tightly. But what do you guys think? Luis Feliciano says Chadwick is obviously winning Best Leading Actor. Let's get to that in a bit. Christian Knight says Mank. So yeah, again, it's that Hollywood loves Hollywood thing. The Father is so good, and it's pretty on par with Mank, I would say. I honestly don't have a favorite in this category. I guess I wouldn't pick News of the World. I don't get that one nomination, even though the film looks great. They're out there in the Western. It's a period piece again. But yeah, I don't have a favorite here. I don't mind seeing any of these nominees winning, unless it's News of the World. I don't mind it, but I'll be like, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. But yeah, to me, it's between Mank and The Father. Gun to my head, I'm going Mank. Gun to my head, I'm going Mank. So quick recap. In Best Visual Effects, I'm going Tenet. Best Film Editing, I'm going The Father. Best Costume Design, I'm going Mank. Best Makeup and Hairstyling, I'm going Ma Rainey. Best Cinematography, I'm going Nomadland. And Best Production Design, I'm going Mank. But again, I don't take it as a sure thing. All right, let's go to Best Sound. The nominees are Greyhound. I believe it's either Mank. It's either Mank or Nomadland, but I believe it is Mank. Greyhound. Nominees for Best Sound: Greyhound, Mank, News of the World, and this is a nomination for News of the World that I do get: Soul and Sound of Metal. This is a pretty easy one for me to guess. I think it's going Sound of Metal. I think the work done with the sound mixing, the sound editing of that film is out of this world. It's part of the story of the film. It's part of the plot. It's intrinsic to tell that story. So I think it will go to Sound of Metal. I think it should go to Sound of Metal 100%. Thank you, Christian Knight, again. Mank has the most nominations at 10. Thank you, Christian. Christian also predicts Sound of Metal. Will Lee Allen also predicts Sound of Metal 100%, and Stuart Keating is guessing Sound of Metal. It has the word sound in the title. It's destined to be. I hope, if they win, I hope someone says that in their speech for sure. But yeah, none of these movies have bad sound, but it's like there's one that is playing on a whole nother league compared to the others, which I will talk as well in my best leading actor prediction. So to me, chart this one down is going to the Sound of Metal. Let's go for Best Song, which, in all honesty, I have not been paying much attention to. Completely honestly, there's one nomination here that shocks me. But the nominees for Best Original Song are Fight for You from Judas and the Black Messiah, and I do love her. Hear My Voice from the Trial of the Chicago 7, and I do love Daniel Pemberton. Husavik from Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga, which I was shocked to see got a nomination. I mean, of all the songs in that film, that is the one they nominated. Oh, thank you, Christian, for shouting those out. Also predicting Tenet for VFX and Chicago 7 for editing. Interesting. Let's go back a little bit to Trial of Chicago 7. That is actually not one No, yes, I did. I did predict it. Because I'm going to Father, but I did say Trial of Chicago 7 is the one that has the shot at stealing it. Those are the favorites. Thank you for shouting that out, Christian. Fight for You, Hear My Voice, Husavik, Yossi, which means scene, I guess, from The Life Ahead, which I have not even heard. Oh, I know what it is. It's a Netflix film that I didn't see. And Speak Now from One Night in Miami. I would go to, and again, I know very well Husavik, I know Hear My Voice, I know Speak Now, and I listened to Fight for You in the film, but outside of that, it didn't, impact me. But I think it's going to Fight for You. If I was to guess, I think it's between Fight for You and Speak Now. Speak Now is really good. Christian says best original song is not thong is a three-way race between Husavik, Yossi, and Speak Now. I'm predicting Speak Now because it is Leslie Odom Jr., but Husavik could win. That is interesting. Very interesting. I honestly don't see Husavik winning. Yossi is a song I hadn't heard at all, so I'm going to have to check that out. Since you do say it's a three-way, you say it's one of the favorites. But I'm still going Fight for You, man. I don't know. I haven't heard the song itself, but I hear the people talk about it, and they love it. They freaking love it, even over Speak Now, which is the one I'm most familiar with, and maybe Husavik, because my housemates love Husavik. Several friends I have love Husavik. But yeah, my prediction is going to go with Fight for You. And again, this is one of those I don't have a favorite. I like Speak Now. I enjoy Husavik. But then again, the other ones I haven't been paying much attention to. So, Christian says Husavik is my favorite song in the category. It's a good song. No, don't get me wrong. I don't want to come out here and come across as if I don't like Husavik. I enjoy it. I just would have nominated Lion of Love before nominating Husavik. Stuart Keating, I remember when Ashes by Celine Dion was snubbed for the nomination. I agree. I don't remember off the top of my head if it should have won, but I do agree that it was snubbed. All right, let's move on to Best Original Score. The Five Bloods, Mank, Minari, News of the World, and Soul. Now, the best score of the entire year is not even nominated, and that is a shame. That is for sure a shame. A deep, deep shame that the Academy should feel in their core. And that would be Tenet. Tenet was the best score of the year. Ludwig Göransson did a fantastic job. I'm going with Soul on this one. The favorites are clearly Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross were nominated twice for Soul and Mank, and how different are those scores? If anything, I could see Minari taking it, to be honest. It's tough to say what the favorites are when you have the same nominees nominated for different movies. So obviously Soul and Mank are on top just because they're composed by the same people. I would give it to Soul among these nominees. Minari could probably steal it, but what do you guys think? Let's see. Christian Knight says Soul. João says, where's the score for Tenet? Exactly what I was saying. Tenet had a phenomenal score, my third favorite score last year behind Soul and Minari, which Soul and Minari also have phenomenal scores. Soul would actually be my number 2, even though Soul was my number 1 movie, and Tenet was my number 2 movie. Minari has a really strong, delicate, soothing score. It's honestly very beautiful. Willie Ann says, Minari's the dark horse. Yep, I would say so. That's the dark horse for me. But I do think Minari stands a better chance at winning over News of the World and The Five Bloods as well. Only because what was I about to say? Only because The Five Bloods only has one nomination, which is a shame. But again, it actually was a great year for movies. It was a weird year, but it was a great year. Luis Feliciano, if Eternals is successful, can you see it being the first ever MCU film to win Best Picture? No, I don't see it even being nominated. I want it to be if it is good. I haven't seen the movie, or have I? No, I haven't. I don't see it, but you know what? Prove me wrong. Have me eat my words. Have me eat crow next year. I don't believe it for a second it will be, but mark these words, and then next year, if it is nominated, you come at me and say, haha, you were wrong, and I am happy to be wrong. All right, so, Soul gets my nomination. I think Soul will win. Minari could steal. Soul and or Mank, but I'll give it to Soul. So quick recap before we move on again. Best visual effects goes to Tenet. Best film editing goes to The Father. Best costume design goes to Mank. Best makeup and hairstyling goes to Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Best cinematography goes to, where is it? Nomadland. Best production design goes to Mank. And best sound goes to Sound of Metal. Best original song, I'm predicting Fight for You. And best original score to Soul. All right, let's move on to... So I'm skipping best animated short film. I've seen one. I've seen two, actually. I've seen one, which was really good, but I haven't seen the others. Best documentary short, haven't seen it. Best feature short documentary, haven't seen it. Best international feature. So this is the one I'm going to talk about, but with a caveat. The nominees are Another Round by Thomas Winterberg, Better Days by Derek Sang, Collective by Alexander Nanau, The Man Who Sold His Skin by Kauthar Ben Hania, I hope I pronounced it right, and Quo Vadis Ida, which means Where Are You Going, Ida, by Jasmila Zbanek. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Now, I have heard amazing things about Quo Vadis Ida. I have not heard a single thing about The Man Who Sold His Skin. I have not heard a single thing about The Collective. I have not heard a single thing about Better Days. I adore Another Round. Another Round is sensational if you guys haven't seen it. I'm predicting Another Round, don't get me wrong, but from the things I've been hearing about Quo Vadis Ida, it has a shot. And again, I haven't heard a single thing about the others. I've not heard a single person say, oh, this one movie nominated for Best International Feature that nobody has seen is actually pretty good. Nothing. I've seen nothing. Quo Vadis Ida, again, I haven't seen it, but I hear a lot of people talk about it. My prediction, however, is still going to Another Round. What do you guys think, though? Christian Knight says Another Round. Another Round should have gotten the Best Picture nom, says Jack Alexander. Thank you for being here, Jack, by the way, and thank you, João. Christian is going. Bye, Christian. Thank you so much for your shouts throughout the chat. Yeah, Another Round is the favorite still, even with all the good things I've heard about Quo Vadis Ida. Another Round is still the favorite, so that gets my vote. And if you guys haven't seen Another Round, please check it out. All right, let's go to Best Animated Feature Film. The nominees are Onward, Over the Moon, Shaun the Sheep, the movie Farmageddon, whatever, Soul, and Wolfwalkers. Now, I love Wolfwalkers. If the directors Tom Moore and Ross Stewart are still watching this, I love them. I had the chance to interview them back at LFF. They're great guys. They made a wonderful film. So, if anything, I could see Wolfwalkers taking it. I don't actually see it happening. This is Soul's movie. This is Soul's award to lose. I think Soul is the best film entirely that came out last year, whether you're talking about animation or live action. It was the best film out of them all, of the ones I've seen, of course. But Wolfwalkers is the one that I see getting a chance. Onward is really good. Over the Moon is really good. Shaun the Sheep, I have no idea what the fuck it's doing here. I would have nominated something else. I don't remember off the top of my head all the animated movies I watched last year, but I don't know what Shaun the Sheep is doing here. This is absolutely Souls to lose. Stuart Keating is voting for Shaun the Sheep. He's just joking. Jack Alexander says Soul, duh. João Magalhães says, Soul, I mean, Oscars has married Pixar for years. Yes, but it is also the best movie out of these. Was there an animated film you thought should have been nominated that didn't? Yes, actually. But I did not expect it to be nominated, but I watched, I actually have the Blu-ray down here somewhere, but I'm not going to catch it because it's like directly behind me, so I can't reach it without it being awkward for you guys. But to me, I watched the Digimon movie. I know how that sounds. It's ridiculous. And it's not a big franchise out there. If you grew up with the show, you know it. If you didn't, you don't know it, then you don't care. Rightfully so. But I watched that film, and I watched it around the time that it hit me precisely with everything it had to offer. It was a timing thing for sure, but I think that movie was amazing. It was sensational. It was better than I could have possibly predicted or hoped for. As a Digimon fan, it was just a great movie. It was just a great movie, even if it wasn't Digimon. But again, I didn't expect that to be nominated. But if it was, I'd have been really happy, rightfully so. Joe Magdalena says, I agree, but I'm still upset about Toy Story 4 winning over How to Train Your Dragon 3. Thank you very much. I'm glad I'm not alone on that one. Digimon, the wannabe rip-off Pokemon. Actually, Digimon came first. The anime Pokemon came first, but the concept, the IP Digimon came before Pokemon. Sorry, I was a little bit... Dude, you don't have to apologize. Thank you for being here whenever you can be here. You don't have to apologize to me for being late or being early. I'm just thankful you're here at all. And it's homework, dude. It's the thing you should prioritize, absolutely. So thank you for being here, Jack. You don't have to apologize whatsoever, my friend. All right, let's move on from Best Animated Picture. So the votes go to Soul. Let's go into Best Adapted Screenplay. Okay, now everything fits. Nominees are Borat's subsequent movie film, The Father, Nomadland, One Night in Miami, White Tiger. So, we're back to the production design thing where there's a part of me that wants to see the one movie that didn't get a whole lot of love at the Oscars get the win, and that is One Night in Miami. That movie is sensational. It should have gotten so much more love. It's a shame it didn't. Realistically, though, I think it's going to The Father because it plays with the perspective. We have seen a lot of stories about dementia. The one where Julianne Moore won Best Actress, rightfully so. Still Alice. But we have never seen a movie that presents dementia through the perspective of the person that has the dementia. And the film is so creative with its writing. It's simply sensational. And I love this movie. And I think it should totally win this award. I don't know who the White Tiger is also nominated. I forgot to say that. I apologize. But I have not seen White Tiger, so take that into consideration. But what do you guys think? Even whether it is who do you think will win, who do you think is a dark horse to win? I really want to know that. Jean Maguilhem says, The Father is my favorite script of last year. I would still pick Soul as the best script, but The Father is like my top 3 for sure. I have a weird feeling Borat 2 might win. Everyone is saying that, but I don't see actually anyone saying that Borat is votes. I see a lot of people saying I have a fear Borat 2 might win. But I don't see a lot of word of mouth about Borat actually winning, except for the people saying they're afraid or have a feeling that it might win. But what do you guys think? Willie Allen, exactly. One Night in Miami was so underrated. Thank you. It was so good. It was like my number 8 or 7 of last year. Jack Alexander, I wish One Night in Miami would win. I actually think The Father takes this one. I would pick Borat's subsequent film delivery of prodigious right to American regime to make benefit once glorious nation of Kazakhstan. White Tiger is decent. Thank you for letting me know, Jack. I don't know who the dark horse is on this one. Maybe Nomadland because it's got so many nominations in other places, and it is an amazing screenplay. Written again, Chloe Zhao did everything in this movie. God damn it, she even wrote the script. But yeah, this one I see going to the father. I'm not counting any of them out, honestly. Especially the White Tiger, which I haven't even seen, so I gotta count it in. Like, is it that good? All right, let's go to best original screenplay before going to a recap once more. The nominees are, excuse me, Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7. Now, this is a dangerous category, my friends. This is a very dangerous category because no matter who you are, you're competing against Aaron Sorkin. You never want to be in that position. You never want to be up against Aaron Sorkin. It's never a comfortable position to be in, but I don't think it wins. I would give this one to Promising Young Woman, and I think they're giving it to Promising Young Woman. I think Promising Young Woman is taking home 2 awards, one of them the best original screenplay, because it's talking about a lot of important stuff, obviously, but it's doing it in such a fresh, vibrant, unique way, much like The Father in the adapted screenplay category. That's who I see winning it. If anything, again, the one who could take it from Promising Young Woman is The Trial of the Chicago 7, just because it's Aaron Sorkin, and rightfully so. This is an amazing script. Zach Pope is here. Ryan State is going to win his $40. I hope so. That's why Nomadland loses. They won't give Chloe 2 Oscars. Oh, they're going to give her 2 Oscars even if she does lose this one. Promising Young Woman takes this one, says Zach. Promising Young Woman, for me, that film was so creative and had an amazing screenplay. Amen, my friend. Amen. Zach Pope, you jinx it. My bank account depends on it. Jean says, I think Emerald will win. She won the BAFTA. That's right. I also really like Trial, but screenplay-wise, it's the same type of style Sorkin has done before, which is true and could actually be a determinant to him on this category. He is great. I love Trial, but I do think Promising Young Woman is better. They are actually one place apart in my top 10 movies of the year. Promising Young Woman was my number 4 favorite film. Trial was my number 3. I fucking love that movie. Two of the few films I actually give an A to. My top 10 of the year had 1 A+. I only gave 1 A+ last year. Then a few A's, and then lower on the top 10 were a lot of A minuses. But yeah, so I'm taking Promising Young Woman on this one. Let's go to a quick recap once again for best visual effects. And if you guys just arrived now, start throwing in your guesses in the recap. Best visual effects, I'm going Tenet. Best film editing, I'm going The Father. Best costume design, I'm going Mank. Best makeup and hairstyling, I'm going Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Best cinematography, I'm going Nomadland. Production design, I'm going Mank. No, I'm not going Mank. Yes, I'm going Mank, but The Father could take it. Best sound, I'm going Sound of Metal. It's gotta be that one. Best original song, I'm going Fight for You. If anything, Speak Now could be the one taking it. Best original score, I'm going Soul. But it is very tied between Soul and Tenet. Best animated short, can't talk about it. Best live action short, can't talk about it. Neither can I talk about the documentaries. Best international feature, again, I've seen one of them, but I'm still going with precisely that one, and that is Another Round. Best animated feature, I'm going Soul. Best adapted screenplay, I'm going The Father. Best original screenplay, I'm going Promising Young Woman. All right, let's get back on track, everybody. And before we continue, let's just see the latest comments. Stuart Keating says, the sad part is I asked all my friends who are movie buffs, and all but one said Nomadland will win. Oh, really? Wow. Okay. Oh, you're talking about Best Picture, not the screenplay. Okay. Yeah, it's going to win. But we'll get there in a bit. And Jack Alexander says, after watching Promising Young Woman, my dad and I both said meh, and then after a few days, we realized we absolutely. That's awesome, man. That's amazing. I love stories like that. Not only did that happen to you, it happened with your father. I love that type of synergy going. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that story, Jack. I love it. Best Supporting Actress, Maria Bakalova for Borat, Glenn Close for Hillbilly the Elegy. Why? Olivia Colman for The Father, Amanda Seyfried for Mank, and Yeon Hyo Jung for Minari. I think this is Yeon's award. She has been killing it. She has won every time she has been nominated, or at least most of them. I think the Academy loves Amanda Seyfried playing Marion Davis. I also am really happy. I don't think she's winning, but let me say that I'm really happy to see Olivia Colman nominated. She was amazing, and she was acting against one of the best performances ever in that film. And I was afraid people were going to not even notice her, but thankfully they did. But this is Yeon Yoo Jung for Minari. She is amazing in that film. She is so incredible, so instrumental to that film working and their relationship with the grandson. She is my prediction 100%. What do you guys think? Joel says, Yeon Yoo Jung is my pick, and I could see Amanda Seyfried surprising, but Yeon will get it, I hope. Yeah, exactly how I feel. And I think a lot of people feel that way. I think a lot of people love her so much, love Yeon so much, but have that fear that Amanda Seyfried could steal it. And look, Amanda Seyfried does a phenomenal job. So I will be kind of disappointed that the Academy didn't go this way, but nothing against Amanda Seyfried. She's amazing, and if she does win, I'll be very happy for her. All right, let's go to Best Supporting Actor. This category is very stacked this year. Sacha Baron Cohen is nominated for Trial of the Chicago 7. This is the one nomination I called. Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and Black Messiah, Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami, Paul Rossi for The Sound of Metal, and Lakeith Stanfield also for Judas and the Black Messiah. Let me say this. I'm very happy to see Paul Rossi in here. That movie was his first performance. Dude is not even an actor. He does such an incredible job. Like, holy shit. It blows you away how good he is in that film. Before we continue, let's check comments about the Best Actress. Stuart Keating says, I haven't seen Hillbilly Elegy. You don't need to. Stay away from that movie. But Yeon is looking good for sure. Yeon Yoo Jung is also my pick. I said this after watching Minari and didn't even think she would get nominated. I didn't think it either, Jack. I was so happy when she actually got nominated. And now you guys are saying the same thing I was about to say. Daniel Kaluuya. I think this is Daniel Kaluuya's award. This is for sure going to him. Lakeith shouldn't even be here. He should be in lead, but he had no shot at getting nominated for lead, so they made sure to get him nominated as supporting as well. I will say, I wish we could see Kingsley Ben-Adir nominated for One Night in Miami, or Eli Gorey, who played Muhammad Ali, and then Kingsley played Malcolm X. I think those are the best performances in the film. Don't get me wrong, I'm very happy to see Leslie here, as he played amazingly Sam Cooke. This is a stacked category with all of them amazing performances, but this is for Daniel Kaluuya, 100%. Let's go to the most stacked category of the year. Out of all the categories we've discussed so far, and the few ones we still have to discuss, this is the category that I see going 4 different ways. Viola Davis for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Andra Day for United States vs. Billie Holiday, Vanessa Kirby nominated for Pieces of a Woman, Frances McDormand for Nomadland, Carey Mulligan for Promising Young Woman. I'm going Carey here. She does such a tremendous job. The one person in my mind that does rival her is Vanessa Kirby. She's the one that is on par with Carey. But honestly, I could see the Academy going either way in this one. This one is really tough. I see the Academy going for Viola. I can see the Academy going for Vanessa. I can see the Academy going for Frances. I can see the Academy going for Carey. I don't see them going for Andra, to be honest. I don't see that at all. It didn't get any other nominations. The movie itself and even Andra's performance didn't generate a lot of buzz. The people who did watch the film said, yeah, the film is not very great. Andra is really great. But outside of that, the buzz was never there for Andra, so I don't see her taking it. But the other 4 nominations, I could see the Academy going either way. I'm certainly going for Carrie, but I'll also be very happy to see Vanessa Kirby win because her work in Pieces of a Woman is, oh, it's tough to watch. It's one of those films you have no idea how an actor got into that mind space. But Carrie has my heart and she has my vote for sure. What do you guys think? Let's see. Not Frances. No, I mean Frances does an amazing job, and I can see the Academy going for Frances, but I don't I don't vote for her. Not that I didn't love her performance; she is amazing. I'll be disappointed not to see Carrie win because she has my vote. But Frances McDormand, you won't hear complain. You won't hear me complaining about this lady. Um, you won't hear me complaining about this lady getting the win. Clip says, will you be watching the Oscars live? Yes, I will not be streaming it, but I will be watching it. I already agreed with a friend, and we're going to be chatting as it happens. I think Gary Mulligan wins, actually, but Viola would be my pick. I think if Chadwick wins, then Viola won't win because no movie has ever won both lead acting categories and never gotten a Best Picture. That's an interesting thing to that's an interesting element to bring up. That's really interesting. Thank you for sharing that, Jack. Stuart says, it's probably going to be Francis because Nomadland isn't winning Best Picture. How dare you, sir? How dare you, sir? Why wasn't Vanessa Kirby She is. She's right here. She's nominated, my friend. Here she is, nominated for Pieces of a Woman. Yeah. And she is amazing, and she deserves it. Fuck's sake, I won't be able to sleep tonight. You will. I'm not going to be live chatting. I'm not going to be live streaming. I'm very, very respectful. I didn't wake you up during... This is, by the way, chat, this is my housemate. That's why he says he won't be able to sleep. I didn't wake you during WrestleMania. I'm not going to wake you up during the Oscars. All right, let's go to Best Actor before moving on to another recap before the big awards. The nominations for Best Actor are Riz Ahmed, Chadwick Boseman, Anthony Hopkins, Gary Oldman, and Stephen Yeun. This, once again, is a stacked category, but like the sound category, which we talked about earlier, this is an amazing category where every single person did a phenomenal job. However, there is one of these nominees that is playing on an entirely different ballgame, and that is Anthony Hopkins. The performance he delivers in The Father is miles above and beyond everyone else, I feel. And everyone else does a phenomenal job. For instance, Sound of Metal is a film I wanted to love, didn't quite love it, though I really liked it, but Riz absolutely deserves to be here. I feel the same about Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Wanted to love it, didn't quite love it, really liked it. Chadwick absolutely deserves to be here. Gary Oldman, it's absolutely deserving to be here. Stephen Yeun absolutely deserves to be here. But Anthony Hopkins, I said this in my review, I've been saying it to my other friends. Anthony Hopkins in The Father reminds me of Daniel Day-Lewis in There Will Be Blood. And that is my favorite single performance ever of all time, no question about it. Anthony Hopkins is so freaking amazing. Again, it's one of those performances like I have no idea how a person gets into that mind space to get that performance out, but he did it. And he does such a fantastic job. It's such a heart-wrenching movie, such a thrilling movie. It almost feels like a thriller at times. So yeah, he gets my vote, absolutely. I will be shocked. If he doesn't win this one. But what do you guys think? I'm going to see The Father in like 20 minutes because it was literally the only showing near me. Dude, enjoy The Father, and if you have Twitter... Or if you have Twitter, tag me in something after you see it, or tag me on Instagram if you have an Instagram. All my links are in the description, by the way. Or if you don't, just go to my community tab, see whatever my latest post is, and let me know your thoughts on The Father, please, because it's so fucking good. But yeah, I'm going to Father on this one. I know a lot of people are voting for Chadwick, so I cannot say that he doesn't have a shot. He certainly does. But But to me, this would without a doubt go to Anthony Hopkins. Um, all right, let's go for one final recap. Not final recap. We'll have a recap after everything is done. But before going, uh, excuse me, to the top categories, let's have another recap. So, best visual effects goes to Tenet. Best film editing goes to The Father. Best costume design goes to Mank. Best makeup and hairstyling goes to Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Best cinematography goes to Nomadland. Best production design goes to Mank, but The Father could steal it. Best sound goes to Sound of Metal. Best original song, I'm going with Fight for You from Judas and the Black Messiah. Best original score, I'm going Soul. Can't talk about these. Best international feature goes to Another Round. Best animated feature goes to Soul. Best adapted screenplay goes to The Father. Best original screenplay goes to Promising Young Woman. Best supporting actress goes to Yeon Hyo-jung, and best supporting actor goes to Daniel Kaluuya. Best actress goes to Carey Mulligan. Best actor to Anthony Hopkins, the one and only. Stuart says, you haven't covered the Razzies. I don't. The Razzies are really fun, man. The Razzies are really fun. But I have no access to the ceremony, even if I wanted to actually watch it. I just like to see who is nominated, and that's really it. I don't pay much attention to it. All right, Best Director. Thomas Winterberg, nominated for Another Round. David Fincher, nominated for Mank. Lee Isaac Chung played Jesus, nominated for Minari. Chloe Zhao, nominated for Nomadland. And Emerald Fennell, nominated for Promising Young Woman. Nomadland, baby. Let's go, Queen Chloe Zhao. Let's freaking go. There is someone who I could see taking it from Chloe if she doesn't take it. And that is Lee Isaac Chung. I think out of all these nominations, he has the best shot at stealing it. Not that he is my favorite. If not for Chloe Zhao, I would go Emerald Fennell, and then I would go Lee Isaac Chung. And then I would go David Fincher, and then I would go Thomas Winterberg. But this is Chloe Zhao. She's taking it home, my friends. She's conquering the world. She's going to save cinema with the Eternals. She's absolutely the one taking this home for Best Director. And, you know, I really don't see it going any other way. If it does, I think it could go to Lee Isaac for Minari. But what do you guys think? Jack Alexander says, I honestly would pick Fincher here, though Zhao deserves it. That's a good shout. Fincher is one of the greatest directors of all time, man. He's the one who does all these movies that kind of feel the same, but kind of don't. It's a really intriguing thing about him. He has this very unique vision. I don't see him winning, honestly, though I wouldn't be mad if he does. But man, I can't wait to see, according to my prediction, obviously, I can't wait to see Chloe Zhao getting up on that stage and taking this one home. All right, and now finally, the granddaddy of them all, the award for the Showcase of the Immortals. Best Picture. The nominees are The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, Minari, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7. Now, as it happens very often, my actual favorite film of the year is not even nominated here, which I didn't expect, because my favorite movie of last year was Soul, an animated movie, and they don't like to do that. It has happened before. There are exceptions, obviously, but they don't like to do that. I honestly would not have put Sound of Metal here. I wouldn't have put Mank here. I wouldn't have put Judas and the Black Messiah here as the best picture. I would have put Tenet. I would have put Soul. I would have put, what else? I would have put One Night in Miami over those, for instance. But again, she's taking home both the big prizes, my friends, and that is Nomadland. Nomadland is winning Best Picture. It's winning Best Director for Chloe Zhao. It's winning Best Cinematography. It's such a sensational film. It is kind of depressing, but there's this hopeful element to it. There's this hopeful feel to it that I really love and appreciate it. And I think the top awards are going back home with the same person, and that is Chloe Zhao and Best Picture for Nomadland, which goes to Chloe Zhao as well as Frances McDormand. So even if she doesn't take Best Actress home, she's taking Nomadland as the producer of the film, as one of the producers, along with Peter Spears, Molly Asher, and Dan Jamvi. So those are my final predictions. Let's see what you guys say. Stuart Keating says no. um, Sound of Metal would be my pick because it's second favorite film of the year last year, behind The Five Bloods, but undoubtedly Nomadland takes it. I'm happy you liked Sound of Metal that much, my friend. It was a movie I honestly wanted to love. Those trailers were amazing, and again, I still really liked it. I can't wait to get the Blu-ray of it. To me, it just didn't crack, but I'm very happy to see it in yours, to be honest. Stuart Keating still sticking with Nomadland, eh? I am. Jack Alexander, Judas is actually my least favorite Best Picture nom, which is a controversial opinion. Not controversial. That doesn't mean you think it's bad at all. It's just it's your least favorite of the nominees. I would put it over, for me, I would put it over Sound of Metal. I don't know if I'd put it over Mank. I don't think I'd put it over Mank. But again, it also didn't make my top 10 of last year, because it isn't from last year, it's from this year. Duh. Dumbass me. Candid Cinema, Amanda's here. I need Minari to win Best Picture. No, Amanda, I need $40 from Stuart. Nomadland is taking it. Even that, jokingly aside, I do think Nomadland is still winning. I honestly don't... Okay, so if not for Nomadland, who do I see winning? It's probably Minari, just like in Best Picture. I see Chloe Zhao taking it home, but if not her, then Lee Isaac Chung will take it. So I don't think it's impossible. I don't think it's impossible, for sure. You think Minari is second? Yeah, I think so. Now that we started talking about it, now that I started thinking about it, I think it is best. It has the better chance after Nomadland. I don't think The Father is winning. I don't think The Father has a chance of winning this one, though I would give it before giving it to Minari. I would give Promising Young Woman probably. I would probably have Promising Young Woman as my second, if I was to pick. Then The Father. I don't think Trial has a chance at this one either. Though I prefer it to Minari. I prefer Promising Young Woman to Minari, but I think Minari has the third best chance. So I would say Nomadland, then Promising Young Woman, then Minari. Those are the three that have the best chances at winning. Minari would be my pick for sure, but Nomadland got it. Yes, it does, Ryan. Thank you for being here, by the way. Thank you, Amanda, too. I didn't thank you. So thank you very much for you guys for being here. So yeah, this is Nomadland's for sure. Jack Alexander says, I actually love Mank because I love Citizen. Oh, I love Citizen Kane too, my friend. I did love Mank. It was like my number 11 when I made my top 10 of last year. Mank was like my number 11 because I really love that movie. Amanda thinks Minari is the most well-rounded film. And she also says, I would also want Judas and Black Messiah to win, but it won't happen. Yeah, I don't think it has a chance either. So where would I put Judas and Black Messiah in the chances? Not how I would rank it, but what are the chances? So I think Nomadland has the best chances, then Promising Young Woman, then Minari. Who would I go next? Not Sound of Metal. Yeah, I honestly feel... Again, this is not how I would rank them, but I honestly feel like Judas and the Black Messiah and Sound of Metal are like the odd ones out of this one. Very happy to see them here, even though I wouldn't personally have nominated them. I'm very happy to see them here because they're really good movies. I really like both of them. But it does feel like they're the odd ones out, doesn't it? It does feel that way. I'm surprised Promising Young Woman was nominated. I'm surprised because it doesn't look like an Academy type of film, but I'm very happy it was. It should have It should have. It should have been. It should be. It should have been nominated. So I'm glad it was. Ryan says another round should be nominated over Mank. And Soul is not nominated even, man. I'm sad about that. Soul is the best movie of last year. It wasn't even nominated, but I would have nominated another round over Mank as well. Does Mank having 10 nominations make it less likely to win? It's not even because it has less nominations. It's the nominations that it does have. It has the lead actors, or no, it has a supporting actress, it has one of the actors, but it's not even nominated for screenplay. Off the top of my head, let me just check. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's got a few nominations in the technical categories. I don't think having a lot of nominations make you less likely. If anything, it does the complete opposite. It gives you the best chances. But because it's so not the clear favorite in any of the categories that is nominated for, it also becomes not the favorite to win Best Picture. At least that's how I see it. Mank has so many nominations because it's a technically amazing film. All the technical aspects of it are sensational, that's for sure. So, all right, let's go for a final recap before we close this down. And if you guys haven't thrown your predictions or your nominations for these, let me know in the comments below, and we'll close this out. So for visual effects, I'm going Tenet. It's Tenet's to lose. Best film editing, I'm going The Father because it is so precise. One frame less or one frame more, and the editing just doesn't work, and that film just breaks down a little bit. Costume design, I'm going Mank with Ma Rainey's Black Bottom having a good shot at taking it. Best makeup and hairstyling, I'm going the reverse. I'm going Ma Rainey's Black Bottom with Mank having a shot at taking it. Best cinematography, I'm going Nomadland. This one is not even close to me. This one is not even close. Like, I will be shocked if any of the other nominated films get it instead of Nomadland. Best production design, I'm going The Father. Best sound, I'm going Sound of Metal. It's obvious. Best original song, I'm going with Fight for You. I would probably choose Speak It Now, but I think they're going to Fight for You. Best original score. Again, obviously the favorites are Soul and Tenet because it's the same freaking composer. I'm going Soul. The dark horse to me for score is Minari. Can't talk about the animated shorts or live action shorts or documentaries at all. Best international feature, another round, baby. Let's go and get ready. For another round to toast when another round wins. Ryan O'Toole says if there's one award I think The Father win is adapted. Really? Okay. Yeah, it's also my vote for adapted. Best animated feature, Soul, please. Best adapted screenplay, I'm also going The Father. I think it's The Father's to be taken away. Best original screenplay, I'm going Promising Young Woman. If anything, Minari has the second best chance at getting it. Best supporting actress, I'm going Yeon Yoo-jung, and the Academy might go Amanda Seyfried, but I hope Yeon gets it. She's been killing it so far in all the other awards. Best supporting actor, I apologize if you just heard the bell. Someone rang our bell at our home. Best supporting actor, I'm going Daniel Kaluuya. I think this is his award to lose. I don't see anyone else. Even Lakeith, I don't even see Lakeith having a chance at taking it from Kaluuya. Best actress, I am going Carey Mulligan. If any, but this is the hardest category to call. I feel I'm going Carey, but everyone apart from Andra Day has such a good shot at taking it. I have no idea where it could go. Best actor, Anthony Hopkins, 1,000,000%. It's what I said. All these actors, these 5 actors are all amazing. There's one who's just on another league above them. Again, it's the Daniel Day-Lewis in There Will Be Blood situation, where he was just so good, it almost feels unfair to have had an amazing performance in the same year as him. So Anthony Hopkins, 1,000,000, 2,000,000,000%. And Best Director, as well as Best Picture, goes to Chloe Zhao and Nomadland. She's taking the two big awards, and ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, Eternals thriller from Academy Award winner Chloe Zhao, from the Best Picture director Chloe Zhao. In comes Eternals, and a lot of people have called it that next year Eternals does it again for Chloe. Stuart Keating says, "I have this feeling Steven Yeun might win Best Actor. I feel it." That's a good call. Let's take a look back. So I a little over. Okay. So Riz Ahmed, Chadwick Boseman, Anthony Hopkins, Gary Oldman, Steven Yeun. I would put Steven Yeun at my third, honestly. I think it should go to Anthony Hopkins. I think it will go. Chadwick has a really good chance at getting it. I don't think it should go to Chadwick because we have Anthony Hopkins, but he has the second best chance at getting this award. But Steven Yeun is also a close third. I legit don't see Gary Oldman getting this one. I legit don't see Riz. It's a very nomination-worthy performance, just not a win-worthy performance. That's what I feel like, at least. I watched There Will Be Blood last week. Holy crap, is it amazing? Yes, it is sensational. How stupid good is Daniel Day-Lewis in that film, huh? Jack Alexander also says, have a good day, Ryan. Thank you so much, my friend. You too. I gotta go leave to see the father. Enjoy, and please find a way to tell me your thoughts. I really want to know what you think after watching it. So thank you for joining, and enjoy the film, my friend. Yeah, Steven Yeun, like you said, Stuart. Steven Yeun is the one I think has the best shot outside of... Because Anthony and Chadwick are the clear favorites. They're tooth and nail. They're right next to each other. But Steven Yeun is the other one I think also has a shot. And so that is it. Chloe Zhao is taking the big ones home. And Anthony Hopkins as the father is also taking quite a few. Hopefully Carey Mulligan takes Best Actress. But that is it. Those are my final predictions for the Oscars, my friends. It's going to be a great night. I'll be watching it live. I will be tweeting about it, so make sure to follow me on Twitter if you don't yet, to stay tuned for all my tweets about the Oscars. All my links are in the description, by the way, be it the tip links, my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter, my YouTube channel, if you haven't subscribed yet. But yeah, that is it, and... It's my second favorite day of the year, guys. It's my birthday, and then there's the Oscars, and those are my favorite days of the year. I cannot wait for this. 2020 was a weird year, but for film, it was actually a great year. So thank you, everyone, for joining me. Thank you to Jack, Enjoy the Father. Thank you, Stuart. Hope to see you tomorrow, because we'll probably do another live to talk about the Oscars if there were any surprises. It really depends on how tonight goes. Thank you to Ryan. Thank you to Amanda. Thank you to Willie Allen. Thank you to my housemate Clip. I bet he's not here anymore, but I want to thank him nonetheless. Thank you to João. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, all 11 people watching. And again, thank you for having us reach 2.9k subs. We're almost there to the 3k. So if you want to share around with your friends, you know they haven't subscribed, it would really help my channel. It would put my content more out there. But I really want to thank you for the numbers we've reached thus far. And yeah, enjoy the Oscars, everybody. We'll talk tomorrow and on Twitter. You can always contact me on Twitter and yeah, Twitter to talk things whenever I'm not doing videos. So thank you once more for the 2.9 subs. Thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for predicting the Oscars with me, for bouncing off ideas. And yeah, till the next one, love each other. Enjoy the Oscars.